And welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by buyatoyota.com. Sophia, Billy, and Razor here with you as promised. We couldn't do the intermissions, but we're here for Postgame. And it's a good one because the Bruins win 3-1 the final in their first game of the season on the road tomorrow against the Chicago Blackhawks. But it's all about tonight for now. As you heard the TNT broadcast say, everyone on the top line getting a goal. But one of the big storylines is Jeremy Swayman really standing on his head. Guys, they had a lot of man advantages, that being the Washington Capitals. Jeremy Swayman really took care of them in this one, and the Bruins offense, it was a little late, but they got it done at the end.
I love the way that they competed. I really did. I thought the way that it wasn't pretty always. I mean, I felt at times they actually put the puck to the middle of the ice a little too much. But when it was all said and done, they didn't overdo anything. I kind of felt they just kept doing the right thing, and they stuck with it. And overall, it ended up being a very solid game. Razor, we talked about Sway in the pregame, how he had to be better. He hoped, not this. He was excellent. And I didn't think it had to be anything acrobatic in my eyes. It was my uneducated goalie positioning was outstanding.
Well, and it was where everything with the shots were coming. No breakaways, no 2-on-1s, no 3-on-2 rush plays. It was all in zone. It was from the outside. It was an east-west pass that wasn't 6 feet. It was 16 or 20 feet, which allows him to get there on his feet. So the circumstance in front of him was much, much different than what it was for a lot of last season, which, again, favors the goaltender. And he was solid. He did his job. He didn't give anything up. He didn't let anything leak through him. But the guys in front of him, to your point, worked really hard. They closed out and didn't give up the number of high-danger chances that we saw last season.
Well, guys, no surprise, with 34 saves on 35 shots, he is our Subaru star of the game, brought to you by Subaru of New England. And so there you go. Like I said, 34 saves.
We'll give it to the goalie tonight.
David will get a lot of them, I guess. His 3-point night, you will give it to Jeremy.
That's right. Sure. David Pastrnak, or Kevin, but we'll get to that story a little later. Kevin Pastrnak, 3 points on the night for him. But Jeremy Swayman getting this one. I kind of set you guys up early to talk about, big picture, and we dove right into Swayman. You were mentioning it, but why don't we show you then some of the saves that he made on the night, Razor?
Yeah, and you mentioned it, so 0 for 5 on the power play. So there are a lot of these chances. There was a 5-on-3 for 55 seconds. But, again, you watch where these shots are all being taken from. All outside of the dot. All outside of the dots. This is not what it looked like. That's what I talk about in east-west play. That was 25, 30 foot pass, and it gets to the outside of the dots. Ovi outside of the dots again. So it was a great job by Jeremy Swayman. Don't get me wrong. He was very solid. He was composed. But as a goaltender, these plays from being outside of those dots to the inside is just so much easier than having to deal with odd man rushes, plays that you can't quite see or quite read. That was the best save of the night right there on Chychrun. That's one of those chaotic plays. But again, he gets his eyes on it, tracks down. There's 4 Bruins white jerseys out in front controlling. They didn't get spread out like we talked about so often last season. So a really great job by the goaltender, but a great job by the group in front.
A little save on Hampus Lindholm earlier on. Remember that little?
You had to be aware. That might have been the best one of the night. The season could have unraveled.
Didn't handle the puck either that much. No. Maybe that was part and parcel just the style of the game.
Yeah, Washington didn't.
They didn't dump it, but they put it into areas that he couldn't retrieve it.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Wilson had a field day going against like Mason Lowry a couple times because the puck was put into that area, right?
Yeah.
Kept it away from the goalie, but when he did handle it 2-3 times, we didn't even mark it really watching it. He just did subtle, soft little things with it. It was good though. I just loved. Maybe the shots are from a different area, but I just loved his set. I just liked how big he looked, and I just liked how he was able to hold on to it. I don't remember, maybe 2 or 3 rebounds, maybe,
Yep.
You mentioned someone named David Pastrnak, so let's take a look at his night. And not the only time, 3 points on the night for him. Not the only time on opening night that he stands out. So for most points in season opening games in Bruins history, David Pastrnak is sitting in second place, tied in second, with 17, a goal and 2 assists, guys, and he was vintage pasta, I guess we could say.
Yeah, fantastic. Just like you really can't script it better. I mean, I think he understands. I mean, these plays right here, just keeping the play alive in the first place with his hands. And then he's going to wait, he's going to create, and he's going to hold on. And like, look at physically, Razor, the strength that he has on his skates and then his arms to be able to control the puck at the same time makes it look so easy. And the power on that pass, just fantastic.
So good. It was a masterclass again. It just continually puts another brick on the superstar stardom that he is. Came to play, the bright lights, national TV, everybody's watching the first night, and he puts on a show. That goal is, I mean, of course, by the time it gets to the net, it's not a thing of beauty, but the 13 seconds leading up to her, just a masterclass of puck protection, hand-eye coordination, athleticism, strength, just beautiful.
And his line, they were top. They were the top line.
Yes, they were.
Obviously, but they were really, they weren't just in that name. They performed that way. Geeky, very good. Elias Lindholm, very good in the game. In front of the net on the first one, winning faceoffs near the end. Jump, you pointed out after scores that goal. Not just smiling, like laughing beyond belief.
Yeah.
Like we had never saw last year.
Yes, and that's important. That's a silly detail, but it's not.
No, not at all.
Right.
I mean, you have to be happy going to work. It helps, right? You feel good. So no, it was great. That top line, but it was fueled by 88. I mean, we continue to witness greatness. It's fun.
Okay, well, we do have to show the Washington Capitals goal, so we're going to show you the one by Tom Wilson, which made it a 1-1 game. So obviously, pivotal moment, could have gone the other way.
This was one of the very few breakdowns 5-on-5. You see the Bruins get a little spread out. This is where they got spread out last season, where everyone's a little bit too far away. They collapse quickly, over-collapse because they were too far away, and Wilson comes in on the secondary effort. But their neutral zone was very good, kicking it out, and then here they get a little mixed up, a little confused. Sway just slides past Tom Wilson, kicks it like Panger was talking about on the broadcast, from his skate to his stick, and he continues to show his goal-scoring ability as well. Yeah,
Arvidsson's probably using that imaginary kind of center line right up from the crease, right? Like as they call it, mark a center line and stay in that area. The problem is Wilson was 3 feet away, maybe or so, and it just got to him. He tries to reach in vain to get to the puck. It was a good shot, I thought, too, though, by Wilson. Gets it right there. But overall, I thought more than anything, I mean, the Bruins would have tons of in-zone breakdowns getting gapped out. I felt the area where they at times struggled was turning the puck over off the wall, off of breakouts, putting it into the middle of the ice and not being 100% on their breakout plays. 3-4 times I remember they did that and they came back, but they didn't break down again. That one right there.
There wasn't two of them, right? They did it one. They'd make a bad pass, but there wasn't a breakdown because everyone was kind of close and tight enough, and so really good.
Okay, so that was the only goal for the Washington Capitals. By the way, just to go over this again, 0 for 5 with the man advantage, that being the Caps. So good PK by the Bruins and a good power play because they scored on the power play. I loved every second. Razor, you pointed out, just like you draw it out, the passing, the D-zone pass, perfect.
And Billy, we talked about it everywhere that we've been talking, is goaltending, special teams, and neutral zone, and defensive structure. And this is it. The penalty kill was unbelievable tonight, 0 for 5. Goaltending was great because of that penalty kill, 0 for 5. And then the power play comes through with the game-winning goal when they need it the most with 7:40 into the third period. It was a great read.
Oh, yeah.
An adjustment they made up the ice to find David. They obviously saw something on the video where they thought they'd be able to sneak David through there. They did so. He holds on to it. Lindholm makes no mistake.
And McAvoy with a great drive. I mean, it opens up. Ferravari gets on the backside and gives Lindholm just a little bit more time, opportunity, and space. And there you go. There's the big smile. Just outstanding. But I feel like the Bruins, via training camp, we talked about this a couple times on shows that we had, back to work stuff. The indirect pass, they're using that an awful lot, and we saw that at 5-on-5 regularly off of the neutral zone clog, as Marco likes to call it. I felt like here on that breakout too, it's the same type of thing because you can stretch it, but it was a beautiful indirect bank pass, just beautiful.
And we talked so much about the breakouts on the power play last year and the entries and just the lack of it was brutal at times.
Yeah, but we saw good ones tonight.
And now you set plays up. Mm-hmm. Now you make that play. Now that's on tape for the next time. Okay, we have to be concerned about this. So now that the winger or the D plays a little close to the wall, now that opens up. So these good positive plays end up on tape, and now the penalty kill has to adjust differently, and now you open up other things. So it's a beautiful start for the power play.
Yeah, I mean, and a great number of things to check off the list. First game of the season for the Boston Bruins. Your top line is getting points. Your power play clicks. Your penalty kill was good. Your goaltender, and you win the game.